start from the beginning. We had a little chat before we started. We're gonna have it again because it's important. The one game mode that I really enjoy about FC 25 is Rush, and I might be a rare breed, but I enjoy Rush because I can play with the boys. It's casual, it's laid back, and I can do Evos at the same time. And then I can play Rivals, Champs, whatever on my own time later on. They've taken that away from me all week with this Premier League only Rush event. But they added another one today, Paul. This one's any UEFA Dream Chaser rarity. So there's that.
So the new ones, you can only play with Dream Chasers today.
I'm going to try it and see. I'm in the game right now. It says rarity, any UEFA Dream Chaser.
Oh.
I hope that's not the case.
You know me, I don't like restrictions anyway. I don't like being forced to play with cards that I don't want to.
Right.
But making a whole mode where, you're the perfect example. You know, you've got a MLS Evos. You're trying to do these Evos, which at the moment they're giving us loads of. I imagine you're trying to do lots of them.
Yeah, it's only Dream Chasers, including icons and loans.
Right. So you might want to jump in and you've got half an hour. You think, I'll smash out some Evos quickly.
I think it's an experiment, dude. I think they're trying to see how many people will go on and continue to play it with these minimal restrictions.
I think it's all a fucking experiment sometimes, to be honest.
No, it definitely is. Yeah,
but
the government owns EA for sure.
I can't remember the last time I played a Rush game, so I've not noticed. But I was just saying to you before we started, there's loads of Evos that I've been buzzing about recently that fit Bradford City cards. At one point, I had 4 or 5 on the go, and I don't want to do them in squad battles.
No, fuck, that's so boring.
For me, the least enjoyable mode, I'd rather play Rush with a load of dickheads than I would away from keyboard in squad battles. And I don't get any joy out of playing squad battles on higher difficulty. Like, I know some people do. They want to try and get elite and all that. Like, no, that's not for me. It's either away from keyboard in squad battles or no squad battles. And when it comes to rivals, it takes a long time to get you 35 points, or relatively. It takes me a long time. I don't have loads of time to be playing loads of rivals games, so I feel like I need to put a somewhat competitive team out. So putting in a 67 rated bronze at left back just gets destroyed in Division 2 or 3, whatever it is. I mean, so there needs to be some flexibility there.
Yeah. Because right now it's basically death by squad battles or death by getting skull fucked in rivals for Evos. That's your options. That's pretty fucked up. I mean, I used to enjoy playing Rush with my friends and Evoing at the same time. They've taken that away from me, and now they've taken away from me even more. I don't like being told how to play the game.
No, my favourite mode for Evos is actually Champs Quali.
Why is that?
Relatively easy matchmaking, and it doesn't matter if I lose 1 or 2 because you only need 2 wins, and I usually get 4 anyway, but you only get 5 games, and some of these Evos, it's a lot of games, isn't it now? But speaking of Evos, little Mike Clang there for you. I did the Strike Force last week. I'd not decided who I was going to do my Strike Force, and I went with Bradford City legend Andy Cook. It don't get Low Driven Plus, which sucks a little bit, but he gets Rapid and Quick Step, and he's already got finesse plus, so we're buzzing with that. And he has unbelievable dribbling stats anyway, but it's just nice to have this card. He's a decent, thick, tall build. So yeah, we've been doing some damage with him. But he got benched anyway after this weekend because I wanted to use that Harry Kane.
Mm.
I've seen loads of people like raving about this Harry Kane and his low drivens.
Seen a lot of people using him.
Could I get him to work for me at all? I couldn't get him to work. He were like taking 2-3 seconds to take a low driven shot. These are supposed to be fast
that's
shots.
fucking annoying.
So
I
just
hate
like it were good in good gameplay, but if the gameplay wasn't amazing or the gameplay were sluggish, it just took too long to get these shots off, and I don't need that. I'd rather use Andy Cook, who takes a while to get shots off, but he's a Bradford City player, so he
takes
gets
a while
pass.
to cook, does he?
Takes a while to cook. He does, but he's phenomenal. He just needs a fucking 5-star weak foot, which he's not going to get one now because he's already 94 rated. But what can
Talking
you do?
about Harry Kane, then.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. So that particular thing with the slow shooting mechanic, I know you guys could probably relate. That's one of my biggest pet peeves about this game. It's when you get in the box, you're like 6 meters away. It's a tap in. And he decides he wants to plant his left foot and just rear that right foot all the way back and do this long-ass fucking kick animation like he's doing a kickoff in the fucking Super Bowl, only to just get tackled from behind. I swear that happens once or twice every game, and it fucking tilts me instantly.
Oh, it's like...
Just hit the fucking ball, dude.
It takes just long enough for the centre-back to be able to come and get a foot in, and you're like, fuck me, you big slow bastard. You could have just... And I were hoping with Harry Kane, this was my hope, that because he had low driven plus, that he'd just quickly dab it past him. But he'd not been doing that.
It'd be a bit OP if you could like score every time with low driven and executed really fast, though, right?
Yeah, but I think
it's such an easy thing to do. You don't want it to be too powerful.
He does do that though when the gameplay is good, but when it's a bit sluggish and heavy, it's just like, come on, Harry, come on. But yeah, rant over. Matt
snuck in here. What's been going on with you, Matt?
Not a lot. I haven't played as much in the last sort of week as I have done in recent weeks, just because the weather's getting nicer over here, spending more time outside, and I could show you my sunburnt forehead as proof. I'm not going to.
I see it in your cheeks.
I did, yes, a little bit of colour in my cheeks, and my forehead's even worse. Look like a very angry man. More angry than usual.
I was going to say more than usual.
Yeah. I did the Fratesi Friendly Cup, though, over the weekend, because I logged in, trying to figure out what I wanted to play on Saturday, and realised that one was about to end, and I really need to sort of add that for my Serie A collection of players. So spent a couple of hours on that, and that was interesting. It required a lot of wins, but because it was a golden goal affair, that was quite good.
Did you manage to get the Hull SBC finished, Matt?
I haven't started it. Is it still going, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. Yeah, it's still there. But it's 1.5 mil cheaper than it was last week, which is nice. It's like,
not if you're doing it with stuff from the club, it doesn't make any difference, I guess, does it? But well, people who plowed money into it are probably feeling a bit sick right now.
Yeah, I did complete it, and I did buy some cards because it was just so much easier. Now these 93s and 92s dropped in price, rather than using cards that I would have regretted at my club. And you've all got those cards where you're like, oh, I'm probably not going to use this, but I really don't want to put it in. So yeah, I just bit the bullet and spent 300k, something like that, on some 93s and 92s and completed him. And yeah, it was worth it.
Why do you think it dropped so hard?
One, because Team 2 has got a fair bit of high-rated fodder in it, and the SBC demand this weekend, we didn't have any like massive SBCs that required 90s and 91 rated squads, and I think a lot of the people who did hull it will have either already completed him, or they're in the slow burn category where they're just ticking away slowly. And at the moment, we're getting that much like daily grind with these silver packs and then the Dream Chasers upgrades into the 85 times 3, that people are just being able to do it. And have you noticed we've got lots of SBCs in this last week that have been fodder priced, like 92 rated Road to the Final cards and 90 rated Correa, who were the other one?
Lucas Vasquez was
Goicarez, like those sort of cards where people are just going to do those SBCs, and if they're not going to use the card, they'll just sling it into an SBC. So a culmination of things, really. But
see, Paul, I would have known these things if I'd have been logging on to play, but I was waiting for the next Rush Lounge to be developed today, which again sucks dick. So
that must be so frustrating if you're logging on every day.
I can't play with my cards. Can't use
this time to go, oh, I still can't Evo my cards in Rush, and gameplay is horrible for me in Rivals, and I'm not playing squad battles, so just sucks, doesn't it?
What I'm referring to, Matt, we talked about it when we first started, but all week we had the Premier League only Rush event, and they gave us a new one today, and it's only UEFA Dream Chaser cards. Fucking brilliant. They must want half their community to just fuck off, because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go play Marvel Rivals.
I was saying, I imagine there's a lot of people like Hunter who...
Casual as fuck.
Have played the game early. Like, they've got a bit bored now, especially during this Dream Chasers where it's all just a bit meh. And they're like, oh, I'll keep my hand in, I'll log in now, play, if you've got half an hour to play 3 or 4 Rush games.
Yeah.
No, not unless you're using Premier League.
Which is pretty boring, really, because that's what everybody wants to use, right? So maybe the community's happy. I don't know. I'm not.
Is there anything more lame than a person who chooses a high-rated non-Evo card to play in Rush? Like they pick their 95 Mbappe or something. It's just like, you don't have a card to Evo. It's like, what are you doing? Why have you come into this mode, Jack? So yeah. These are obviously the players that EA have deemed they should have an elite card because they're terrible at the game. And then they go into Rivals and just basically run into the corner and can't get out.
Yeah.
That's what they do every time. As long as I can hold down the R trigger and run, I'm having fun. And that's all they do with their Eusebios and Mbappes and all that shit.
Yeah.
That's the weekly Matt Rush rant anyway.
I think if you're quickly wanting to get your rush done, like your rush points just for rewards, which, I imagine there is some of those people out there, they'll just use the most fun card they've got, won't they? And to them, that might be the best card they've got. But I'll tell you what I've seen a lot of recently. People choosing the worst bronze cards and then quitting out.
You just know they're going to go AFK if they do that, right? No one's actually playing with those cards.
As soon as you kick off, they're just quitting, and it's like, you absolute dickhead. Like,
actually, you know what? I'm not that bothered about that because the AI that fills in for them plays better than they do.
Even as a bronze card, though?
Even as a 48 rated bronze card.
They position themselves to at least get in the way of traffic, which most people don't. It's like, I really should do a series on Rush. I've got so many little issues and nuances with it that are...
Dude, that would be the most negative series ever in the history of Foot.
No, not necessarily. Yeah. I think there's got to be an audience that just need a little bit of help with Rush because they're just too basic at the moment. Like, everyone, when they get the ball, when someone on your team gets the ball, and it's usually me because I'm usually the only one defending, they all just bomb forward and stand on the offside line, basically, and wait to receive. I was like, I can't pass to you there because their whole back line is there. So you need to come short to me and build up, but they don't. And then they go hit the D-pad to say nice when you don't pass it to them. And I'm just like, guys, it's like, you're so basic.
Guy loads into the game, there's 3 attackers, and he picks Virgil van Dijk, and the first thing he does is bomb forward. Every time.
Yeah, that happens so much.
Fucking stupid.
There's definitely something going on with like a rounding up of certain attributes in Rush. Like some of these stupid centre backs that get picked can finish like demons, which is very strange.
Yeah, I do think you get a little bit of help.
It definitely ups the stats to like a minimum level, I think. They're not like spooning shots all over the place like they should be. But then again, you see that in games sometimes when someone somehow gets forward of a defender and they finish like a god. It's bizarre.
I think Pajama Armour in chat's got a really good point there. Like, I think they get a bit of a pass this year because it's the first year. It was the same with Evo's won it last year. Like, it was a bit all over the place, a bit meh. And this year they've learned from those mistakes. And I think with the way things have been going, next year they're definitely going to be learning from mistakes this year. They've got to. They can't. I don't know if they can afford not to improve those things. And they will see it. Well, they'll see the people dropping off and being like, nah, I'm not going to play with these guys. Because so many people use, I don't know, Serie A teams only, or Dortmund past and present. I know you can get some Premier League ones that'll fit in there as well, but a lot of people use those sort of teams, so they're not going to want to play with Premier League teams, or they'll just be put off by it being Premier League. But
they obviously have a reason for why they've done it the way they've done it. We just don't really know or can comprehend why they're doing it the way they're doing it, but I'm sure they're not trying to drive people away from the mode because it's been... I think there's definitely a home for a certain level of play within Rush where they're going to get more joy than just playing rivals because they'll just get destroyed all the time. At least in Rush you can fumble your way to a weird win, especially if you've got at least one competent player on your team. You can actually do something, but
and it's
you
quick,
can't ball roll at a minimum. What chance do you have in online competitive?
It's quick as well, isn't it? If you've got 20 minutes, you're like, fuck it, let's play a couple of Rush games.
I said right at the beginning, I think it should be faster than it is. And they should have a cut-off when the score gets to a certain point. Like, one team's just getting their asses handed to them, just end the game. I think it needs to be faster than it is. Hence the name Rush. It should be like a 5-minute game or something. And like first team to 5 goals wins or something like that, so you can really turn them over quite quickly. That would be nice.
You know what Matt's describing right now? Volta.
Get fucked. Oh
no, who plays that
what
shit?
What have I done?
So, do you guys think that EA is having a better quarter since the last disappointing... Financially, they had a bad last quarter. The stock dropped 20%. But now the stock is back where it was before it dropped 20%. So it has gained back that entire 20% over the last 6 weeks or so. Do we think it's going to disappoint again?
So we're talking about Q1 now, right?
Correct. Or whatever Q it was, the last Q.
Well, they were talking Q3 when they pulled all the levers before team of the year and all that stuff. So they would have had a end of year earnings call at that point, and now they're building up to Q1 2025.
Right.
So I think Q4 would have been really good because of team of the year, because of the return of so many players, because of what they did with servers. I doubt Q1's been that good because there just hasn't been a super engaging promo, and we've seen the quality of gameplay go through the mud again, despite everyone's pleas to the contrary. So I would expect that Q1 is possibly always bad because you just got a natural fatigue and drop off after team of the year, and then they really go for it again in Q2 with team of the season just down the road now. That would be my take on it anyway. All I see is people complaining on Discords and on X and stuff like that basically suggests that all the good work that they did at the end of last year has been undone. So whatever money they spent on servers to improve things was very quickly taken away by the looks of things.
So the one thing I will say is that the last quarter, Q4, they reported, I think, like January 25th. And Team of the Year started January 17th and lasted all the way through the end of the week of 29. So I wonder if we didn't see those numbers in that Q4.
No, you wouldn't.
We're going to see those in Q1. So if Q1's bad, you know it's really bad because they had a nice bounce back after Team of the Year, right?
Yeah, I think they did. I think after Team of the Year, especially during Foot Birthday, I know some people didn't like Foot Birthday, but I felt like it was a good promo. You could pack the cards. There were loads of nice cards there, 5/5, loads of Evos. It just... We said, didn't we, after Team of the Year, that they're going to really struggle now with the power curve on keeping people engaged without pushing the curve too much more, sort of keeping it on a level, which I think they have. But, you know, they've given 5/5 and whatnot. So I think they've done a good job, credit where credit's due. A lot of people are still playing. You know, I think for the time of year, there's as many people playing as there ever has been in previous years. I think the game's just growing in popularity year on year.
Is this just like anecdotally we're sort of getting that?
Oh, yeah, I'm absolute bro science in this. I'm just chatting shit. But
trust me, bro,
you look at the transfer market, and I know that's not always necessarily a good... The numbers
I think it is. It's one of the few indicators we really have, right?
The numbers of transfers are still pretty high. And I don't know what it's like in the US, but it's still really quick and easy to find games all the time.
Yeah. It's about the same. But my gameplay's been actually really good the last couple of weeks, whereas I've heard a lot of people in Europe say it's been really bad, who are normally saying it's pretty good. How's your gameplay been, Paul?
Mostly all right. All right. We had that little period after the gameplay got really good for the magical 2 weeks. After that, it got a bit ropey when everybody came back to the game.
Yeah.
But it's not been bad at all. I've got a couple of little glitches which I struggle with, but that's more down to me using R1 a lot, where my player just sort of stands still.
Yeah.
R1 dribbling, but standing still like he's having a fucking epileptic fit or something. Like he's like this. But I just have to let go and go
make
again.
A gif out of that.
My wife's had epilepsy before. I'm very offended by what you just said.
I don't care. But did she look like this?
It was before I met her, but yeah, I bet she fucking did.
That's Matt's freak.
That's
how he gets his freak on, Matt.
I scooped her up, mate.
Yeah. So do that while you sit on end of this.
Cancelled. We're done.
Oh, brilliant.
Game over.
Can you imagine if Wise was still here?
Oh, he would have died by now.
He would have been dead. I mean, that made me blush a little bit.
He'd have just jumped out of call, said he lost connection, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Okay.
I really want to go down this road, but I'm not going to do it. Let's keep on the straight and narrow.
Don't do it.
Have you guys heard about these I think it's Canadians maybe? Who's doing this? Never mind. I'm not going to do it. We have a question that came in from Taschenmacher. I really wanted to, Matt, but I'm not going to. You're going to be proud of me.
Do it. Stop being a pussy.
Well, you know, people are sensitive. Taschenmacher has a question. He says, hey, folks, if EA keep the Playstyle Plus limited to 3 per card, I think they'll switch to a perk system late game. That would mean that you can get way more than 3 plus styles for a card, but only 3 can be activated. That would give them the chance to sell empty slots to the community. What do you guys think of this? I like it. Anything that I feel like is universally good that we like, I think we won't get. But maybe there's some kind of variation of that we could get. I don't know.
I don't know. I like the sound of that. When I read the question earlier, I was like, do you know what? That, if they've not thought of that, they need to grab hold of that quick and run with it, because that doesn't smash the power curve. People can... Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not...
Yeah.
We're not
you
getting new...
You could jam up 3 potentially OP playstyle pluses.
But I think by the time they start doing that, cards are already just going to be like, you're going to get sideways movements. But yeah, I think that's a brilliant idea to keep, just to give people a little bit of flexibility as well. Like, if you've got... Use that Hullet, for example. Like, you can use that Hullet as a CDM. Give him Anticipate, Intercept, whatever, Bruiser, or you can use him as a box-to-box, put Incisive on him, put Ping Pass on him, Technical Plus maybe. But yeah, I like the idea of that a lot. I don't know how it'll work in game for them to be able to do that, but I'm pretty sure they can.
Yeah, I think they should adopt that same thing. I've said it probably a month ago or so, but when you get skins, you unlock certain skins for cards in Evos, and as soon as you do another one, you're stuck with the latest one. Some of those of which you paid for. I feel like you should have the option to make your card look however you would like based on what you paid for. Kind of like I've been playing a lot of Marvel Rivals lately. If I own 2 or 3 skins, I can pick which one I want to fucking wear. You know what I mean? I think that would be a big addition to the game that they're overlooking, and I don't know. I don't think we'll get it because it doesn't really give them any kind of value, whereas it would give us enjoyment. Those are the type of
value
things.
if they can sell it to you.
Yeah,
but we've already bought it.
You get it as an Evo.
Well, that's it. They've got to sell it to you first, and then you use it.
Yeah,
but you can't use it once you update your card again.
No, but
it's like renting a shirt instead of buying a shirt.
What we're saying is, you've got a card that's already got 2 static play styles. You're going to buy the ability to select per game, or just rotate in and out as you see fit, the third play style.
Yeah.
Well, that's not really changing up much, I don't think.
I was talking about skins.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be a skin.
For the cards, the colour of the cards.
Skins.
Yeah. I think that'll come. Maybe not next year, but soon. I think
a lot of people would appreciate that. I don't really give a shit about skins, but I know a lot of people do.
Yeah. Well, you do if you've paid money for them as well. If you've paid for an Evo, like some of these FUT birthday ones, if you've put multiple ones of those on and then already Evo'd that card, so it's already lost it, so you've just thrown your money away. But yeah, it'd be cool if you could...
Small things. Yeah.
And I suppose if they do that, so you can have those menus to choose your skins, they could also do it so that you choose your play styles, and that would be financially huge for them, because they could sell you those play styles, those slots, those,
So let's say they had an Evo out there that was very vanilla. You normally wouldn't pay for it because it really didn't give you a whole lot, but it included a third playstyle slot. To me, that's an insta buy.
Yeah, you're gonna spend on it, aren't you?
Yeah.
And they'll do it so that it costs £8 or 4 million coins. People are just gonna go and spend £8, aren't they?
It would also be an interesting way of reactivating some of the legacy content, so stuff that you've accumulated in previous versions of the game. You could bring that aesthetic back to put on the current card. So you have to own the new version of the card, but then you get to borrow the aesthetics and previous versions of the card. So we spoke about this before, where they used to have what was called generations in your squad builder, and it was purely just for... You'd build a squad, but you could do nothing with it, so it was kind of pointless. But if they at least allow you to import the aesthetic that... So let's say you've got CR7, but you want to import a Man United aesthetic that you had back in FIFA whatever, or Real Madrid, or Juventus, and it comes... So you're actually using some of that content that you've accumulated over the years, so it's worth keeping hold of your club, worth collecting as many things as you can and not discarding them or going like on pack suicide or whatever at the end of the game, which some people do. It's like I've still got all my old shit going back to FIFA 09 and I could reuse some of that. That would be really cool.
Yeah, that would be really cool. I were looking at an old Talisca card yesterday. Carnival Talisca.
You love that
Like,
motherfucker.
That, I would I'd give them money now if they said you can have this Carnival card design. And I'd put it on Talisca, even though it's an 87 rated card that I've not used for 2 months. I would still buy that and put it on that card. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to use it again. It's just going to be sat there in my club, but I'll give you £5, no problem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think people are going to be, in the long run, much happier at just dropping a couple of quid here and there to do little stuff like that than going on like $20, $30, $50 pack splurges and getting shit they don't want or need. I think this is the way it's ultimately going to go. And if we go back to what we're talking about, like Q1 earnings and whatnot, the amount of Evos, paid Evos they've dropped since not even Team of the Year, but more recently than that, over the course of Fantasy, Foot Birthday, all that good stuff. Like there's one almost every day. I can't keep up with it at the moment. I dare say there's too many, but if people are having fun with it, then that's cool. But they're very hard to keep up with. But they must be making money hand over fist because people just do these Evos because they really are scared of missing out and just sticking them on cards all over the place. But if that's a safer, more consumer-friendly way to EA making the money they need to sustain this game and the level of profits that they're used to, and it moves away from the pack system, I'm all for it. It's so much better, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're selling you a product at least instead of a chance at a product, right?
Yeah. Well, I've got one now that Renaissance man. It's 700 FIFA points, I think, and I'm going to put it on a card that of mine, a Bradford City one that I've wanted to Evo for ages. Takes him from 65 to 83. Not even close to getting in my team, but it's 700 FIFA points that I'm probably going to spend, might do.
What's that in real money? About £3?
Yeah. To get him to 83 with dead ball and finesse. So that next time he gets an Evo, he's gonna be nice and he's gonna have finesse plus, which I really want on him. So, and I said you'll have heard me on a podcast maybe a year ago saying, no way am I going to be spending real money on Evos or skins, that sort of like cosmetic stuff. When Hunter were buying all this VIP bullshit, I used to take the piss, didn't I?
Yeah.
I was like, used to take the piss hard, but now here's me like going, yeah, give me a Carnival card design, I'll give you £5. Like, they've slowly got us into this. And I think for me, it's more recently with these Foot Birthday card designs. I'm like, yeah, take my money now.
Yeah. Still need more VIP areas, though.
Yeah. But I bet they've had 100 quid out of me this year in bits of Evos, mate. Yeah, about that, yeah. Which, for me, is a ridiculous amount of money that I'd spend on this game.
I only spent money at the very beginning.
Quite minimal, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, $100 since the start is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very good. I mean, considered what a lot of people spend.
Yeah,
I mean, I spent probably 200 at the very beginning, and then I didn't spend much at all. And then I think I spent for the first time last week $20 to get these Evos because I ran out of coins.
Well, I think I spent 50 at the beginning, and then rest has just been in Evos, 50 quid in Evos. Fucking hell, actually 60 quid. It's £110 exactly. But
yeah, the days of me pumping money into the game at the start are over. I'm not doing that shit anymore. It's not worth it.
No, it really isn't now, because how quickly you can catch up and get a usable team in this game now compared to 3 years ago, 4 years ago is, and the last few years I've not even traded that hard at the beginning. Before, I used to be like non-stop for those first few days, where I've been like, do you know what? It's not worth it.
I could tell you if I was inclined to add it all, because I've still got all my emails from the Microsoft Store, how much I've spent this year. Looks like I've got about 15 like small purchases. So it could be about 200 quid, something like that. What I didn't do, like I have done in previous years, is do a big like pack opening for Team of the Year. I've avoided doing that in favour of doing the big Evos instead and getting a guaranteed result, which I dare say is probably the smarter take. But you pay your money, you take your chances. Yes, I think that's the way I'm going to go. I'm not. If they do a good job of Evos again over Team of the Season, I don't see the need to like gamble on packs to try and hit some blues, because you'll just get the stuff you really want, one way or the other anyway. And I'd rather pay a fixed amount and get what I think I want than a much larger amount for random shit that I don't need.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, nowadays, you don't need to spend money to get decent packs. You used to have to spend money to get decent packs. Now, they give you decent packs every single day.
I was having an argument with someone. Well, was it an argument? Let's say a heated discussion with someone on Twitter. Someone had replied to one of the posts of the EA Communications account and was just basically like saying, "Let me pack some shit, you bastards," to that effect. And I basically said to him the argument that I said on the podcast before, which was essentially like, if everyone packs stuff, then these things won't be special, you won't want them anyway. And we started getting into a little bit of back and forth, and he accused me of being an EA shill and all this shit. But people just don't get it. Everyone just wants free shit, and how much if you're always given what you want, it'll just kill your enjoyment of the game. And I dare say that there is probably too many packs for free, just for basically turning up and playing a minimal amount of games, that it kind of takes away the shine of anything that you would get from those packs, because the volume of stuff you're getting, good or bad, is just through the roof. Like, they're very attainable, like you say. You barely have to do anything to get free packs in this game nowadays. So unless you hit like one of the super high-end stuff, you don't feel anything. It doesn't stimulate you whatsoever. It's just a chore you have to do, and everyone's going to skip the animation of opening the pack. They're so bored of seeing it now. So I don't know if that's something they'll ever reconsider, is to start rolling that back a little bit. But I think they've obviously done their research enough to show that that's still a worthwhile thing to include. One of their mechanisms they pull to get people logging in every day. You know, some people just like opening the packs whether they play the game or not, and that's enough for them to trigger their daily active user count and keep their shareholders happy. So they're going to keep doing it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, Bob.
I think that weekly objective thing they've put in, where you get a guaranteed card from that week's promo, has been something massive for them as well to put in. You know, I think they've done better now, where you can either complete SBCs or squad battles or rivals or champs. Like they've made it a choice, 2 or 4, I think it is. But now every week people are playing an amount of the game to get those packs at the end of the 4 weeks. They've even put it into the, not just a daily thing now, you've got to do it weekly to get your prize at the end of the month. Which, I think that makes everyone happy. If you're somebody who plays the game a lot, you're happy that you've been rewarded for that.
Just saw a leak.
Ooh.
Is this the Showdown leak?
This is an official Immortals hero card design. And it looks pretty fucking fire.
Yeah, well,
really?
I got excited at the image at first, but I didn't
Put it
read
on
the
the
text.
screen.
It's just a... let me see if I can pull it up here.
so this next promo, by all accounts, spoiler alert, is only icons and heroes. So
This
I
one.
think it's always fun when they do that. That looks real nice. If
I saw the card at first and I was like, oh my God. But
if you're a Foot Fantasy Hazard owner, you're probably a little bit pissed, but, you know.
Probably. But yeah, it looks really good. I thought we were getting a 96 Hazard, but maybe we are. I don't know.
Yeah.
Could be good.
Have you guys been grinding the daily stuff, like for the silver packs, and then putting those into the dream chase? I keep calling it dream catchers, dream chasers.
Those dream catchers.
Like it almost makes every SBC that's out there free to do. You know, apart from the big ones, Hullet and Dembele or whoever, but these sort of cheap ones that are coming regularly. Some of them are road to the finals. Have you seen that Vasquez one?
Yeah, don't
Good
know.
looking
That,
card.
like, it has to be done. If that card, if they win, it'll be a 95, I think, or 96, and will be a unbelievable card. But I think card of the week has to be that Dewsbury Hall. Did you have
Really?
You'll be on your way to getting him, will you, Hunter?
Who?
Dewsbury Hall.
No.
Come on now.
I'm not fucking with Chelsea this year, man.
Yeah, fuck him. But anyway, that card, Chelsea should win that, shouldn't they?
Who knows?
It's like most of it is like non-league opponents almost. So, and that Dewsbury Hall, his card last year he had one, and it were a bit of a cheap beast. So I think, if you get the opportunity, if you've got the time,
For a free card, it's definitely worth getting if you're into that the grind and the meta.
And, you know, we'll have some nice cards by the time he gets upgraded in 6 weeks or 2 months, whenever it is. But I think it'll be one of those cards that people regret not doing. And it's always nice to have a card that's live and you're like, oh, you've got
I thought these ones weren't live, we said last week.
the Dream Chasers are not live, but some of the SBCs and objectives are road to the final cards.
It's so confusing.
It is, because
They
the
look
cards
very similar.
quite similar as well. So yeah, it is a bit confusing, but Dewsbury Hall's Europa League, Conference League, road to the final, and Vasquez is a road to the final. Yeah,
What do we have to do to get Dewsbury Hall?
I tell you what, you do need to have a degree in FC to keep track of everything that goes on in this game at the moment. If you do not consume FC content, whether that's YouTube, X, Instagram,
Daily.
whatever it is, daily, you can't miss a week or 2 days. You folks, I think Foot GG is for those of you who don't always log on every day or whatever, on Foot GG's app, you can go on and it's got all of today's content listed really easily. So you've got everything that's new today, yesterday, Saturday, and you can just scroll sideways and go right back to, I don't know, probably before Jesus were born.
Yeah, I'm on their homepage now. Where do I go for this?
Dream Big 2.
Are you on the app?
It's in the
No,
live
on
section.
their website.
Objectives live and then Dream Big 2.
Right, so on the app, if you look at the app, you get a screen like that on the home screen. And on the home screen, you see at the bottom there, it's got today, yesterday, and goes back in date. So you can
I
just
ain't downloading no fucking apps.
scroll sideways and look at all the content. It gives
You
you
know,
all
it's
the
a good resource whenever we're doing free plugs and they're not even paying us to do this.
yeah. Oh yeah, the foot bins become shit recently.
It's just become the same. It hasn't gotten better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, they've got worse. Like the price
Relatively,
tracking on
yeah.
Footbin. If I want to go check a price now, I go to Footbin out oh yeah, because that's what I've always done, and they're just terrible now. So yeah, Foot GG
Can
are doing
I,
a good job.
Ask you guys a serious question.
Yeah.
Why
Yes.
I'm on Footbin's homepage now. So the number 2 popular player is guess who? Teo Hernandez gold card. Why
Yeah.
is that still 255k?
Because there's an Evo coming out tomorrow that was supposed to
Left
come
back
out
Evo.
today. He didn't actually fit it. I think it's like a 93 max pace from what I've seen. So he didn't actually fit it, but
He's only gone up 17k. It's like nothing. That's just held value the whole game.
yeah, well,
It's never
I
really
think
dropped.
I think he has fit Evos. He keeps getting into a bit of hype around Evos, so I think he's one of them that's. He got up over three something the other week when I were looking, and
It's weird. Like, that card is just too good. Like, just 87 gold is still very valuable. It's
Yeah.
such a pain in the ass.
But you can look. There's a lot of left backs or left mids that can play left back that are on the popular screen right now.
yeah, well, I put
Mendy's on there. Davies.
I Evo'd him with like the attacking Evo that came out for him not so long ago, which gave his dribbling and passing and incisive. I think it gave him as well. Plus, and man, that card.
So if anybody is still confused on which cards are which, I wanted to say this earlier, Matt. If you look at these cards, the Dream Chasers, the normal ones don't have any icon above them. Only the heroes have the hero icon at the very top in the middle. But you can see the live ones have the UCL logo at the top. They have the Europa logo and the whatever the fucking green one is. That logo's on there too.
Oh,
So-
well, that's easy then, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the way I can figure it out because they look the same the other way.
Speaking of live cards, that Firmin got an upgrade today. The Barca card. He got 99 dribbling, but he's got 90 pace, 90 shooting, 89 passing, 90 dribbling, 83 defending, 90 physical. He can still get more upgrades because I think they have to win the league or win the cup. This card's 35k.
I know. 5-star, 5-star.
5-star, 5-star. Can play
He's
centre mid,
5'9".
left wing or cam. One of the most popular clubs in the world. And it's 35k.
Yeah. Do you think he's 35k if we didn't get a big hull at SBC though?
Yeah. He's been like, I just think
I think so.
people have got so many centre mids that they've packed in the club. People have got so many Evos because we've had so many centre mid Evos, haven't we?
So many center mid to attacking Evos. Like the
Yeah.
ratio of attacking and center mid to defenders, it's so bad.
Centre mids and cams, I've got loads of my Bradford City cards. Too many
Yeah.
centre mids and cams. I need to have like a midfield 6 to get them
Yeah.
all in. But yeah, I think it's just one of those that there were just so much supply of him while they were in packs. And his upgrades have not kept up with. Well, they have kept up with the power curve, but yeah, people have just got so many other cards, so it's just not really
Yeah.
budged. You look at other cards like that Vatina and Reinders, who were phenomenal for ages. They were cheap as well, weren't they? Like 100k-ish, below 100k.
It's crazy.
Oh, I've just seen this tweet actually as well. Fermin Lopez is a 99 rated cam with a Hawk.
I believe it.
Mental. Absolutely
fucking- it's
mental.
wild. I got 3 cams that are very similar to this card, and it plays amazingly.
Really.
That Christian Ramirez card that I was on about last week, he's something else.
Oh,
I've never used a card like him.
some of that dribbling that you were showing me, that you sent those videos last week, it was just like taking the piss.
He's 6'2".
That's mentally. I thought it was like Messi, just
I
like
know.
absolutely mad. But I feel like Evos, if you've been able to do the Evos right, so that their in-game stats have been much higher than their overall rating,
You should be rewarded for that.
you've been able to change some Evos this year, which have looked like June and July cards
Yeah.
of previous years. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
you look at some of the stats on my cards and you'd think that's probably a 96 rated card, and he's not. He's 89 rated.
Yeah.
You know, we've had Evos which give cards 99 dribbling.
Like 99 everywhere.
Yeah.
I love it.
They're making it fun.
Therefore.
And I thought that we were going to get to a stage where all this content and all these cards will be too much and get boring. But it ain't. You can just change stuff up, and they're giving us enough content that you can be mixing stuff up and changing stuff all the time. It's loads of fun.
Yep.
If you can play in a game mode you want to play in.
If you can play in a game mode you want to play in. Yeah, I was waiting for that. Thank you for that. I don't have anything else this week. You? Man? Wrap it
it's,
up.
Team of the season waiting room now.
Yep. I did see they had a title update. They said title update 12 will be out soon. It updated absolutely fuck all, so don't worry about it. Just a couple of stability issues that could have occurred.
There's a nice leak for a showdown from the Saudi League that's coming soon, apparently.
Talisca.
Don't care.
Milinkovic Savic versus Laporte.
Oh, can't wait for that one.
Oh, that'll break the game. I'll be Milinkovic Savic for the lols, but
Did I tell you I got Yaya Toure?
Gotta go. This is it.
You
Right
did.
fucking foot on Twitter, on X, Lambo Matt on X, at Footballers Pod on X. Join the Discord. It's free.
Join the Discord.
You fuckers.